new today.
You say, I need to get it out. I need to yell, hey, come on, tough guy, come on, tough guy.
An innocent brother and sister.
We're stepchildren, so he treats us different from his real children.
And the stepfather, they say, keeps them living in fear.
Are you an abuser?
Now,
You don't think you're a bully?
No.
this bully dad's been busted.
Did you say that?
Caught on tape by Dr. Phil.
Did I hear you say, come on, bring it, buddy? I'd give my front seat in hell to have been there.
Just sit down.
That's the way to release my anger.
Who cares what he's doing to you?
You know that's a crock.
I've been backed into a corner.
Are you telling me you're a victim here? That is criminal behavior. Answer the question. Tell me how that's making you a victim. That just sounds sick and demented to me. Get out. Coming up. Let's do it. I want you to get excited about your life.
Here we go.
Stand by, camera 6.
If you're going to talk to me, you're going to have to be honest.
Stand by, Dr. Phil.
Showtime. This is going to be a changing day in your life.
Stand by A and roll A. Check in. Go, Dr. Phil.
All right, they threaten, scream, intimidate, and even bite their own children. Today, we're talking about bully dads. Now, Shannon has only been married for 3 months, but says she's ready for a divorce because her husband, Kevin, calls her kids fat, lazy, and losers. He even physically assaulted her son. Now, Kevin says he's just trying to get the kids to listen and behave, and it's his right to do that. Take a look.
I should worry about your feelings, but you don't give a shit about mine when you treat my kids like a piece of garbage. Kevin and I got married 3 months ago. I'm almost ready for a divorce. The big problem is the way he treats my 2 children.
We don't get along too great.
We're stepchildren, so he treats us different from his real child.
I came into the relationship with Tony and Taya. Kevin has a 14-year-old, and we had the twins together. Right after we moved in with each other, the problem started.
I do threaten them. I'm gonna get you. It's to try to let them know that I'm not putting up with your no more. I'm trying to teach my stepson some responsibility, and he's not interested in anything except eat, sleep, and playing video games.
We don't really talk too much.
Discipline has not been instilled in her children. They leave wrappers on the floor. They don't flush the toilet, and it's so obnoxious.
Kevin ordered the newspaper, and my son wasn't picking it up at the end of the driveway, and we got into an argument. Kevin came out saying, you know what, I do hate your kids. I've hated them since the day I met them. I can't stand them. I want nothing to do with them, and you can go f yourself.
I have gotten physical with my stepson one occasion. He rolled his eyes up at me, didn't want to hear my lecture, and he slammed the door when he left. I went after him in the garage, and I said, what is your problem? He screamed, don't you ever effing touch me, or I'll kill you.
He had grabbed my son by the neck and bit him in the nose. I've called the cops 3 times in the last year. One of the times we were in an argument, he told me at dinner, get rid of them. So I told the kids to go in the room, and I said, leave them alone, because if you push that door in, I'm gonna call the cops. And he pushed the door in, and I called the cops.
Calling the police over an argument, you made me like I had a knife to your throat. I thought that was a despicable thing. I was embarrassed. Our issues are not that life-threatening that the police had to be involved.
You can't blame a 9 and 12-year-old.
So when they're 16 and 17 in jail or pregnant, that's going to be okay.
Right, in jail and pregnant.
And I can't wait till that day happens, boy.
He thinks by bullying them, they're going to be better children.
I do see it get to the point where he's of legal age, him and I get into a physical contest. I'm looking forward to that day. I'm good enough to provide for my wife, my children, and the children that are in mine.
Because you support the household doesn't mean you get to abuse them.
Here we go. Here we go.
Everything is, you freeload all day and sit on the couch, you're a user and a bitch. You and your kids get everything. He's always telling my son he's fat, he's lazy.
I have called him a fat, lazy piece of If it wasn't for me, you would be in the ghetto.
My son cries, he's afraid of him. If my son is having breakfast, he'll say, are you gonna pay for that bread today? And then my son will just put the food back, not even eat.
Don't use my electric. I want my cell phone back that I pay for. I'm the breadwinner. These kids treat me like So why do I have to do anything for them? It's not my job.
I
It's
know,
not my job.
nothing's your job. Kevin doesn't understand the damage that he's causing to Tony and Taya. Talking to children in that manner is basically letting these two kids see it's okay to grow up and you talk to your wife like she's garbage, and that's the way you treat your kids. So if we don't fix this cycle, they're gonna grow up, my son is gonna marry somebody and possibly hit them, and my daughter's gonna think it's okay to be with a guy who's not an upstanding citizen, and that this is a normal life.
What do you think about as you watch that?
It hurts. It's painful.
Do you think you're protecting your children?
I think now I am. I think I've hit the bottom, and I'm not going to allow them to be treated like this anymore. I gave birth to them, and all they have is me to protect them.
What do you think when you watch that, Kevin?
It's very hurtful. It's very hurtful to watch it. I feel that the issues that we have were so minute that has exploded into this way of living with the verbal abuse and mental.
Are you an abuser?
I don't feel I feel I'm at this point because I'm so frustrated. I don't know how to behave towards a situation.
Are you a bully?
It comes across that way towards my stepchildren, and I would never say as a bully, no.
You don't think you're a bully?
I think my ways that I'm going about it are in question because I'm so frustrated with the situation. I've been put into a situation of being a role model or a father for these children. They never had a father.
Not a good role model.
But you're an adult.
Absolutely.
And I understand that kids can be frustrating. I understand they can, but you say that you call your wife the C word, you call her an effing bitch, and you do it as a way of kicking her in the stomach. You call her a user, a leech, and a piece of trash in front of the kids. Is that bully behavior?
It comes across that way, yes.
Well, is there any other way? I mean, put a frame around that. If I'm putting it out of context, straighten me out right now because I want to get it square. Is there any other way to read that?
No.
He thinks the words are better than hitting me, but it's just as bad.
I don't know how to act towards a situation. I feel like I'm doing, in my mind, a right thing for everybody and provide a different lifestyle for these children that never have been exposed to the lifestyle what Shannon and I have together. And I feel like that
they have it worse.
Nothing's being reciprocated.
Did I hear you say, and I've got this as a quote, because I had him write this down for me, sometimes I can't wait for Tony to be legal age so I can get physical with him.
That's how much anger I have towards him right now.
So you're waiting for him to get old enough so you can whoop his ass? It
was said in anger, yes. That's how I feel towards the situation.
I look for every chance to correct, punish, and yell at them. I just look for the chance.
That's the way to release my anger for what goes on when their mother's not around.
But they're in trouble for no matter what they do. If they didn't take out the garbage, if they argued, if the TV was too loud, they never get credit for the good things they do.
Okay, these are quotes. I just want to get it all on the table so we know what we have to deal with. I cannot stand to be around them. They aggravate me. They're animals. When those kids get older, they will be effed.
Yes, that is correct.
That just sounds sick and demented to me.
It hurts
that you've got a grown man saying, I can't wait for that boy to get old enough so I can pound him.
His biological father has never been in the picture. So when I had met Shannon, I tried to fill that void. So if I treat him like gold or I treat him like garbage, I still get the same result, and I'm frustrated with the whole situation.
Okay, so you come in as a stepfather when these kids are already have their personalities formed, and they don't warm to you right away when you're nice, and that's your justification for mentally, emotionally, verbally, and physically abusing them? Did you run him down and grab him around the throat and bite him on the nose?
No, I did not.
You didn't do that?
I did grab him by the throat, and I yelled at him after he put his finger in my face. It was very heated confrontation, and that's what it's come down to this point.
Yeah, you're an adult. His face
I know I'm an adult. I know I'm an adult.
And you chased him down. You chased him down in the garage?
I went after him. I didn't run after him. I went after him into the garage after he slammed the door to ask him what his problem was, where I was trying to talk to him and my oldest daughter to lecture them on why it's so important for in school. and he didn't want nothing to do with it.
You're just trying to talk and communicate.
All I was trying to do is show why it's so important to do your homework and be responsible for your homework.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to take a look from some home cams of this talking and communicating. And I'd like to get your response to that. Camera doesn't lie, and sometimes it can be a great wake-up call. So we're going to take a look at talking and communicating when we come back.
Keep your mouth shut. You're full of Tony, my stepson, does things that only I can see and nobody else sees. The last issue we had, he gave me the finger behind his mother's back and smiled at me to say, haha, I'm not getting in trouble this time, pal.
My daughter doesn't give you the finger. My daughter doesn't talk back to you. My daughter doesn't do it.
Well,
Never did.
my son gives you the finger because you grab him around the neck, bit him in the nose, drag him into another room. Your daughter doesn't have to give me the finger because I don't abuse her or bully her.
Well, Shannon says her husband, Kevin, bullies her children from a previous relationship. Kevin says, I don't think I'm a bully. It's just the context. I'm frustrated. Tried loving them. That didn't work, so now here I am. He says Shannon just won't discipline her son and daughter, so he always has to be the bad guy in the house. Well, we wanted to see for ourselves what Kevin says. I'm just communicating with him. I do get frustrated, but I'm asking questions and I'm communicating. So we put these cameras in the home to catch it on tape.
You threatened him. You told him he's never going to put his hands on Sam. Okay?
Yeah, I did, tough guy. We're here because of what's going on.
You're here because of you.
Yeah, because of me. You don't come with no problem.
Crew.
You want to give me the finger behind my back.
He gave you the finger because of all the stuff that you did to him.
Look at him. Look at him.
So what?
And don't get your hide behind him and do whatever you want.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Just did it again.
Great. So what? He's able to smile. He's not doing anything.
That's why I have no friends. I don't like you in the neighborhood.
You're an idiot. You're stupid. This is your fault. You don't know how to behave. I don't intimidate her. I don't get in her face, and I don't call her name.
Did you say that or not?
You're twisting her. You're intimidating her to say what you want to say.
Keep your mouth shut if you're not going to tell the truth now, okay? Keep your mouth shut. You're full of You always bring her in. Every time these two are getting in trouble, it's every day because they can do whatever they want.
All the kids are crying because of you, and you're still yelling and screaming at everybody's
Don't ever
face.
give me the finger
Get out
again.
of here, away from him.
I'll break that finger right
You're
off.
not going to break anything.
I'll break the
Get out of his face.
I'll break it right off.
Get out of his face. Does not your ass.
Get your dad.
I'll say your daughter's a piece of
Come on. How many times have you yelled about her?
Sit down.
Huh? How many times?
Sit down.
How many times?
Sit down. Just sit down. Just sit down. You don't have to intimidate everybody. I said he shouldn't be discussing how he hates Tony and Taya with you and involving you in this.
The camera doesn't hear you, little bitch.
Stop already. Okay, listen. I don't want you. This isn't about the two of you.
Bitch.
Just sit down. You're so ridiculous. Get away from him. We're trying to fix stuff here. You are a big bully. You're a grown man.
You shouldn't be
And
knocking
you're
off to a grown
intimidating
man.
him.
You shouldn't be knocking off to sense of respect.
They said, fucking done. I swear to ass.
Come on. You're tough dad. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Go downstairs. Hey, go downstairs. Look what you're doing. I want to talk to her. Let her sit. I'm not intimidating her. I want to talk to her a minute. Look what you're doing to her. You see? It's you, Kevin. You're the one that changes everything about this child and twists her.
Are you kidding me? What in the hell are you thinking? You watch yourself there. What do you see there?
My anger coming out from the whole situation. I feel like I've been backed into a corner.
You're a victim here?
No,
are you telling me you're a victim here?
No, I'm not saying I'm the victim.
Are you kidding me? That is criminal behavior.
I don't know how to express myself to the situation anymore. I'm at the bottom.
Well, you
here.
seem to be doing it now. You seem to be sitting there now like, well, gee, I'm just communicating. So you obviously have the ability to talk with some control. That is abusive. That is a bully. You are a bully. I mean, these little kids, look at this picture right here. Look at that little child. Your wife is restraining you. Your little child is screaming. This one is crying back here. That's just one. Let me see the next one. Okay, that's not a bully pose. Now you're grabbing her. You've actually got her by the arms. Okay? Now you're reaching around. You keep telling him, you're jumping up saying, hey, come on, tough guy, come on, tough guy. I'd give my front seat in hell to have been there. I'll tell you what. Look at this. Look at that, Kevin, come on.
But that's what 4 years of what I've been dealing with behind their mother's back has escalated to.
He's been angry since before we got in the picture.
Come on. Now, let's, con the fans, not the players, buddy. This is man-to-man here. You know that's a crock. You got a 12-year-old kid, a third your size, and you're jumping up. Come on, bring it, buddy. Come on, bring it.
And then when he gives a little bit back, he's mad.
Answer the question. Tell me how that's making you a victim.
I didn't ever said to be the victim. I'm just saying this is 4 years. It has brought it to this point. That's why we're here today. I don't have any other answers or actions to deal with.
All right, let's look at it again. We're going to look at this till we get it through to you. Let's look at this piece again.
Okay,
Yeah, I did, tough guy. We're here because of what's going on. You want to give me the finger and have my back. Look at him laugh. Look at him
So what?
And don't get your hide behind her and do whatever you want. I'm here to you too,
He's not doing anything.
That's why I have no friends. I don't like you in the neighborhood.
And you're still yelling and screaming at everybody.
Don't ever give me the finger.
Get out of here, away from him.
I'll break that finger right off.
You're not going to break anything.
I'll break the
Get out of his face.
I'll break it right off.
Get out of his Dutch mouth.
Fuck you.
Your ass.
Get your dad.
I'll sell your door, little piece of shit.
Any day.
This isn't about the two of you.
Bitch.
Just sit down. You're so ridiculous. Get away from him. We're trying for him.
You shouldn't even knock off. You should have some respect.
Piece of fucking done. I swear your ass is
Come on. You're tough dad. Come on. Yeah. Go ahead.
Go downstairs. Hey, go downstairs.
You want to see it again?
I lived it.
You'll
I've
see
been
it
living
again?
for 4 years.
You'll play it 10 more times? What's it going to take for you to understand that you're standing up a full-grown man calling out a 12-year-old boy to bring it?
I understand that. I understand. That's why I know where I'm wrong at this, but this is what it's come to. I don't know how to behave to the situation. I watched, as my wife goes to school 4 nights a week, 3 nights a week for 5 hours, I watch those children. And as soon as she leaves, it's a dog and pony show. She doesn't see what they put me through. And I'm afraid now to tell my wife, Tony didn't do his homework. He said he did it. 30 seconds later.
That when I'm not home, they act different?
Let's set some guidelines here. Okay, I'm a father. Let's set some guidelines. Apparently, nobody ever taught you about boundaries. Nobody ever taught you about lines you don't cross. I don't care if they don't do their homework. I don't care if they lie their face off. I don't care if they leave the doors unlocked, don't pick up their toys, don't clean up their rooms, lie about where they've been, do things they shouldn't do, bring drugs home and put them in the door. There is no theory under which that behavior is okay. And if you feel like you just have no other options or alternatives, then you need to ask for help. Y'all been married 3 months? Mom, mother of these children, he turned to you and said, I quote, "No wonder you got your ass beat before.
Correct.
You deserve it."
Correct. That's in his head, but I lived it. I know I didn't deserve ever to get a hand laid to me or to be called names. I don't deserve what I deal with now. And I'm ready for a divorce today. On the way coming to the show, we started driving to the airport. We started talking about it. And he said, you force your son down my throat. You force me to love him. I said, no, I don't force you to love him. I just force you to show him respect. Well, when he shows it to me, I'll show it to him. I said, no, you lead by example. You teach him how to respect. And he doesn't have any respect for you by the way you treated him. And he said, well, I don't want to. I hate him. I said, then the marriage is over. He did a U-turn. He did a U-turn. He wasn't going to come here. I don't care. I don't really want to work it out because he seems to think I'm the problem. The kids are the problem. We've caused them to be this way.
I think I know your position, and I want you to get that stated right after the break. Across this great country, From coast to coast, you've told me about the crossroads we're facing. That's exactly why I wrote We've Got Issues, How You Can Stand Strong for America's Soul and Sanity. This book isn't just a conversation starter. It's a roadmap for standing strong in the face of adversity, for embracing our core values when they're needed most. We're talking about real strategies for real people dealing with real issues, from navigating the complexities of today's polarized world to fortifying our families. And I set forth in the book 10 principles that I think are critical for a healthy society. This is not about politics. I'm not a politician, don't want to be a politician, don't know enough about politics to talk about it. But I talk about every angle of life as we know it, from family and relationships to the burning issues that are shaping our world today. We've got issues, how you can stand strong for America's soul and sanity. And you'll find it anywhere books are sold. It's about time we start addressing what truly matters.
Kevin feels verbal abuse is better than hitting them with a fist or grabbing them.
Just sit down. You're so ridiculous. Get away from him.
He said it recently to the children. I was perfect until the two of you came into my life.
I've tried being the best father in the world to them. I've tried being a real ass to them, and I still get the same outcome. They don't respect anything.
Shannon says her husband Kevin has been bullying her and her kids for the past 3 years. She even called the police on him 3 weeks before their recent wedding. Now, Kevin feels like he's being pushed to his breaking point and intimidates his stepkids because he's not allowed to punish them or slap them. You've been married 3 months. You say he's been bullying you and the kids for 3 years.
Correct.
And so based on 2 years and 9 months of that, you said, let's make it official.
No,
let's get married?
It was to save face, basically. It was to save face because
for who?
For family members, for him, because he had more family coming there than I did. And when you're in front of government officials who are telling you they can understand where he's coming from, that's not the answer I should have got when I went in front of a judge looking for help. They don't want to help me.
Listen,
it's always defending him.
A judge didn't have that video.
No, they didn't.
Do you need a judge to tell you if your kids are being abused?
Well, when I'm in a house and
what are you, blind?
How about when I have nowhere to go with 4 kids? He says that's my problem.
That's a whole other challenge. That's a whole other challenge. You can go to a shelter. You can live in a box under a bridge before you let them do that.
You're right, but how do you bring babies and 4 kids and live in a shelter by myself?
Okay, is that the equation here? Is it down to he gives us a roof over our head, and therefore I will take what he dishes out?
So far, yeah.
Okay, and you say, I put a roof over their head, I spend all of this money on them, and you resent that?
I resent it because it's not reciprocated as far as a simple chore. That was pretty much what these issues have led to, just trying to teach them responsibilities.
But you command respect, you don't demand
Absolutely.
it, and you certainly don't buy it.
I wanted to give these kids, when I met Shannon, I understood the situation that the 3 of them were in, and I almost felt like I couldn't let nothing happen to none of them.
But you couldn't let anything happen to them? You're happening to them.
It's backfiring on me.
You're happening to them. That's what's happening to them.
I realize that. I know.
I read probably 150 pages of things that you've said. And you know what the theme was throughout? Is I'm spending money on them, and by God, they should respect me.
I feel that nobody else cares about these children, and here I am trying to give them a better life and show them the things that I was shown as a kid, things that I did as a child, then to give these kids a big backyard to play in and to have nice friends. And here I am doing it, and I'm being affected by this because I feel they have issues from what has happened to them before they met me. When I first met Shannon, I broke up with her 3 times in the first 6 months because I've seen the children's behavior. I've seen my wife pick up her daughter off the kitchen floor by her hair and drag her into the bedroom where I had to go in and say, enough, Shan.
That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
It is a lie.
Okay,
Don't make stories up.
Okay?
I picked her up by the hair and dragged her across the room. You seen that? No.
Do you honestly believe that taking these kids to Disneyland or giving them a big backyard makes it okay for you to call them fat, lazy, stupid, every other name that you can think of, attack them, choke them, bite them, shake them, threaten them, cuss them, and derogate their mother in front of them because they got a yard with a swing?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I feel the silliest things that when I try to teach my stepson some responsibilities as he becomes a teenager this year, he doesn't have any of those values. My wife will go and wake him.
Okay, hold that thought because I want to respond to that. We'll be right back. We'll pick up right there. That's a good point
you make. Dr. Phil May.
He hit me, banged me on the floor.
The anatomy of abuse.
Lee was choking me. Amory went to go stop him. He throws her across the room.
Never, no.
We're going to get the truth out. Lee says if Amy would keep her mouth shut, he wouldn't have to hit her.
I ended up telling her I was going to kill her if she didn't get out of my face.
So why is she taking him back?
Are you kidding me?
Dr. Phil May.
I'm taking on drug-addicted parents. You get your 6th grade son and smoke pot with him. You're looking like, I can't believe you just said that, Dr. Phil.
This mother swears she's clean.
Everybody in the room knows that's a crime. This is like a big bright light saying, I'm lying, I'm lying, I'm lying.
Will Dr. Phil bust her right on stage?
You wouldn't mind if we looked through your luggage?
I don't have it with me.
Actually, we do have your luggage here.
See what happens in Dr. Phil May.
Shannon married Kevin after over 2 years of bullying and abuse. They've been married 3 months now, and she says, hey, basically it came down to, I got nowhere else to go, and I was saving face. She says, even so, she now can't take him yelling, pushing, cursing, and just really scarring these children. Kevin says, hey, they pushed me to the limit. I don't know what else to do. Your stepson has no respect. Correct? That's what you said right before the break. He doesn't have any values. Nobody ever taught him respect.
Nobody did. He doesn't know how to do the fundamentals that these children do, and I don't want to see him being picked on or made fun of.
Okay.
And here I am doing it to him.
You're wanting to help him. Just kind of summarize for me the lesson that comes from standing in the living room, lording over him with your arms out like the Incredible Hulk, saying, come on, buddy, I'll break that effing finger right off of your hand. Right there, that moment. Break down the lesson for me there on respect.
My wife has said to me that I have to basically kiss their ass and show them respect, and then I'll start getting it from them. But I've tried those avenues, and it still continues to backfire. So I don't know where to go. When they get in trouble for the most silliest thing, for me to let my wife know, I walk on eggshells to say, is she going to take care of it? Will she take care of the problem?
Okay. All right, now answer my question. What do you think you're teaching with this? Look
it's okay to act that way.
Is that your daughter down there?
Yes.
One of the twins.
Yeah, that's one of the twins down there. You see her?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, look at her.
Yeah.
Look at her. Look at this one over here. That's what we call a fetal position, an emotional fetal position. She's curling up. Now you've got your wife standing up, both hands on you, holding you back from the 12-year-old son while you rant, rave, cuss, and holler. What is the lesson in that?
I don't have the right words to answer that question. I really don't.
Okay, I mean, look at the little girl. You know what kids do instinctively? It's kind of a survival instinct. It's kind of like, if I cover my eyes, it's not happening. If I cover my ears, then it's not happening.
What basically what brought this conversation up was Shannon wanted to get to the bottom of an issue that happened between my stepson and my stepdaughter.
That is not justifiable. You keep justifying this.
That's the truth.
But this is where the situation, I don't know how to behave to the situation because if I let it go and I address it to her, it never gets settled, okay?
Are you telling me nobody ever taught you how to...
I had the world's greatest upbringing. My parents are phenomenal.
Right. So where'd it come from?
Okay, I come into this. I didn't come in with issues with these children.
Yes, you did.
They came in with their own issues from what happened with her in her past. Yeah. Now I feel they are coming on to me. I'm not the only one that says these things. That's what really gets me going. Family members, her family members, my family members have seen issues.
They're not here. You
That's
are.
Right. That's right. It's only my word now.
Okay, and I'm talking to you, and I'm trying to give you a wake-up call. I'm trying to get through to you. I'm trying to tell you this is not okay. And you say, oh, I know it's not okay, but... And then you immediately start saying, but they won't listen, but they have no respect, but I spend all this money on it, but, hell, there is no but.
My wife has made me feel that I am good enough to do all these things under this umbrella, except for this one thing. Now, why if my son does not follow a simple chore that my wife we have given him, and you do. It's continued to go on and on and on, taking the garbage out, he should be accounted for his actions. I am exposed to them every day, and every day it's something new.
So you're angry,
so I stay away from them.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yes.
So
I have to live with then. I have to eat this then. That's how I feel.
Because Tony doesn't take out the garbage. That was okay.
Is there an alternative here? I mean, is Kevin just saying, I have no choice here? I mean, is there a way to control his temper? And is Shannon actually enabling this? Is she setting this up? There are so many things I want to say, but I can't get past point one yet. I'm going to try again.
You say it's my fault.
I'm talking to Shannon, who says her husband Kevin bullies her children and her. These are children from a previous relationship. Now, Kevin says, I can't stand these kids. They aggravate the blank out of me. Kind of summarize what you hear me saying so far.
What you've been saying to me has been in the back of my head. I know how my behavior looks and how it portrays me to be. I know this is wrong of me as an adult, but I need, as a child, he's going to be a teenager this year, and I need some help from him as far as to work at this relationship. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to see them getting in trouble. I don't want to see them getting hit or punished by their mother and I. But I think as our home together, we should have rules.
Is that an honest response?
Absolutely.
Because you say, I do want them to get in trouble. I watch so I can catch them because I need to get it out. I need to yell. I need to vent. So I go around and I look until they do something wrong, and bang, I'm on them. So which is it? Are you like lurking to catch them doing something wrong so you can vent, or do you want them to do better?
Exactly what you said. I want them to get in trouble so I can vent at this point right now. But I don't want to see them. I want to overcome this. I know.
Kevin, that's sick.
I know. That's how I feel.
That's sick. What were you saying at the break? You were yelling at him at the break. What were you saying?
I'm saying, does he see? He's got you with experience telling him what I've been telling him for this whole time, and he don't get it.
She enables
the light bulb doesn't go on.
She enables
you have a whole audience here clapping because you're wrong.
Well, makes you feel good.
Because I'm right and you're wrong.
When her own sister tells me that her son is annoying and she can't stand to be around them,
annoying.
It's hearsay.
Okay,
when
it's
my
annoying.
Mother, okay, she has sent the therapist. They're not easy children to get around.
He talks to people that are not married. He talks to people that don't have children, and they tell him you're right because all they hear is his side. They don't see this video.
There's been episodes with her
Show them this video.
There's been episodes outside.
Because I want to bring a copy home. Because when I go back to the police station and show them this, you're not saying the right stuff.
Because when we go back home, this will still continue to happen.
The only truth you said is that you hate them.
No,
That's the truth.
wait a minute. Let me get one thing clear.
If I did, I wouldn't be here.
Let me have one thing very clear. When you go home, this isn't going to continue to happen.
I don't want it to.
It's not going to continue to happen.
Well, I'm not the only...
Either child protective services or family court, somebody's going to get involved, and they're going to stop this. Because you need to understand, I consider this to be a reportable offense. You need to know that.
I'll walk away before I lose my kids.
You need to get ready to do something because this is either going to change or those kids are going to get taken out of the situation because I cannot, as a professional, see this going on and stand back and watch it happen. I'm trying to listen to what you say before you put a but in. Mm-hmm. And what you're saying before you put a but in is, I don't know what else to do. I'm out of options. I'm losing control. I know at one level it isn't right, and I don't know what else to do. Now, you screw that up by putting a but in there, and you say but, and then you justify it by their behavior. But I want to just listen to that for a minute. I'm going to ignore the but and say you don't know what else to do. Then you need to learn what else to do. You need to learn that there are other skills, there are other things to do. Now, these children are blank slates, and you write on who they are. You want her son to stand up, be a young man, take responsibility, show some respect, and do some of the things that a young man that age should do, correct?
That's how I feel.
Okay. That is a good, reasonable, and healthy goal. No question about it. He is probably lazy. He's probably irresponsible. He's 12. I understand he's 12. He needs to do better. I agree with your goal. You couldn't do more to ensure low self-esteem, low respect for self and others, and a total avoidance of any responsibility if you scripted it and went in there on a mission. So, should this thing shut down right now? Should we just shut it down, get them apart, and get the children out of this? Or leave them there and see if it can change? I'm going to tell you what I think when we come back. I'm talking to Kevin and Shannon. At least I'm trying to. I'm not sure that I'm getting through. I'm just serious. You know, sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. They've been married 3 months, fight constantly. Did it for almost 3 years before they, for some reason, decided to get married. You were abused in a prior relationship.
Yeah, and the kids got to see that.
And you're being abused now. Kids are being abused now.
Correct.
You're the abuser. Do you get that?
Yes.
You are abusing children here. Do you ever think of yourself before as a child abuser?
No, no.
That's an ugly word, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But that's what you're doing, and here's the deal. If you really resent this, you work really hard, and you are a great financial provider for this family, but you're tearing them apart. If you knew then what you know now, would you have still gotten in this situation? Would you have hooked up with her? Would you have gotten married? Would you?
No. No.
I mean, because what happened is you got in here and found out that the paperwork didn't clear this up a bit. You want out of this situation, don't you?
I want out of, it used to be a point where I used to leave work to get home early to be with my family. Now it's, I think of excuses to stay out later, so the less time we have visual and verbal contact, it's easier for me. It's very draining. She thinks that I wear this brave face. It's very hard for me. It's exhausting. I love being around my wife.
You proud of that video, or are you ashamed of it?
No, it's horrible. I knew what was going on when I was...
You said you had great parents. What would they think of it?
Ashamed. But this is what you're seeing an angle of what has been brought to. I don't know how to. That's all I can do is yell. I can do.
Yeah, no, that's all you know how to do now. You have to understand, I have a very strong position about bullies. I think that bullies are cowards, and I think they're users and abusers. You know, if you go to school and there's a schoolyard bully and they're bullying some kid over in the corner, I don't think much of that kid that's doing the bullying. But you know what? Those 10 kids who are standing around silently watching it happen, and they're not willing to step up and help that little boy that's getting pounded in the corner, they're just as guilty as the bully that's doing it. You are those children's mother. You are their one protector. At one level, you do it. I see you stand up to him in the living room. I see you stand up there throwing yourself in front of him, pushing him back, keeping him off of your children. You can't do it. You can't do it.
Who cares what he's doing to you?
Who cares what he's doing
He's
to
not
me?
doing that.
I know.
That's all you say.
That's what he does to me.
Because he's giving you the middle
child.
finger.
I know. That's what I get. So that's okay
He's
for him to be
a
a child to do
child.
that.
You still don't get it.
But that's the thing. He is a child. But she says because he's a child, it's okay to do these. He procrastinates things that
Who
goes
cares
on
if he
and
doesn't do
on.
his
So I have
homework?
to sit and live in it.
No,
then.
you
you
don't.
could leave.
No, you don't. Here's the deal. You're an adult. He's a child. Okay? His behavior is probably, at many levels, reprehensible. And I think this child hasn't had a chance, not a snowball's chance in hell, of becoming the young man that he can be. You need to step up. And I'm telling you, you need to do one of two things. A, get out. Just get out and go down the road. Or B, learn how to parent and communicate without being a loudmouth bully. Now, those are your two choices here. You still think you're the victim. How could anybody blame me? I give you 1,000 reasons to blame you, because you're the adult and you are expected to rise above the level of children. This is a child. He needs parenting. He needs to be reparented. Have you done a good job with these kids? I don't know.
No.
I can probably fill a book with mistakes you have made. You are inconsistent. You feel guilty. So when he overdoes, then you overcompensate.
Absolutely.
So these kids divide, they conquer. The dynamics here could fill a textbook. But in the short term, you need to protect those children, and if you don't, I will.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay? Now, I am willing to get you help. I'm willing to get you some professional help to, no kidding, get this situation calmed down. If you are interested in doing that, or you may just say, I want out, I'm gone. I'm going to take my money and what sanity I have left, and I'm going. Is that your choice?
No, I would have left 3 years ago if that was the case.
Will you take the help that I give you?
Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely.
Will you take the help that I give you?
Yes.
You have to protect these children. Will you do that?
Yes.
And I want to keep cameras in your home.
Well, the cops would have been called again for that if I wasn't coming here.
Will you allow us to keep cameras in your home?
Sure.
Do you have objection to that?
Absolutely not. No, I don't.
We'll be right back. You know, one of my goals in doing this kind of show is to open a dialogue about these sort of things, because I know people suffer silently in situations like this all over America. And I want to raise awareness about this. There is help. You don't have to deal with this. If you're a bully, there's help for you to learn better ways to deal. If you're being bullied, there is help available so you can cope with this and become a change agent instead of just suffering silently forever and ever. If you're in a situation like that, write to me at drphil.com, because I want to know about it. I want to do what I can to help you. I have a plan for you guys, and you're going to take the help, right? And I acknowledge you for being here, because you didn't have to come. Thanks for being here. So long.